Hey there, hi there, ho there, people. It's me again. What it do? What it do? You see, I got my eyebrows done today. They're not as fleeky as I hoped they'd be. My baby, my youngest baby, started school today. Hi, in 11th grade. Whoop whoop. And I took her in today, so I had to do something really, really quickly. So I don't know. I hope you saw my first video. And thank you guys for watching my first video. And thank you for those of you who subscribed and liked my video. Share my video, comment. Let's keep the conversation going. So I have quite a few friends that are really on the shy side. So they kind of like won't comment to my videos. But I did get a call actually this morning, and a friend of mine was making a comment that I just want to address. She was saying that the part where I mentioned in the first video, where I said that, because apparently she was one of the people that said, like who likes you or go with who likes you. And I did address it, but she didn't hear it or it didn't come across well. Maybe I was talking hella fast as normal. So I'm just going to reiterate. But she was saying that you can become attracted to someone that you're not initially attracted to, which is hella true. And that's definitely happened to me before. It's happened to me in both ways where I decided that someone's behavior, the way that they behaved towards me, was so compelling in the fact that they liked me that I would go ahead and go with the flow and be with them. And it didn't work because, like I said, um, there's a specific person that I have in mind, and he would put his hand on my shoulder or something that would be normal in a relationship or if you're dating, and and it was repulsive to me. And I would say things like, "I'm just not a touchy feely person," and and all kinds of things with that particular guy. And eventually, it didn't work because to him, he was going all out, and I was being standoffish. Now, if, and I'm sure, like when I mentioned arranged marriages, if people are willing to keep going, like some people, some men and some women will be like, you could keep pushing me off and I'm going to stick with you and I'm going to wear you down, and they'll stick through it. So if you happen to be in that situation and you're with that person that's going to stick through it until you develop those feelings, then hey, more power to you. But I have been in situations where I wasn't attracted to a guy. I could tell you this one guy who um, I didn't notice him at all. I didn't think he was, there wasn't a people pushing me. There wasn't a I don't feel attracted to him thing at all. But he so just a little bit of a backstory. I had this aunt that I called my favorite aunt when I was growing up. God rest her dead. She's passed away, and she was more like on my level mentally. I want to say she was really fun to be around, and at that time she was more like she was really, I want to say, kiddish, and I admired her because I admired the way she kept her room, and she had like posters and stuff, and just she was very artsy almost, and it was who I didn't know I was and who I wanted to be or who I was building myself to be. So I would talk to her before I got put into foster care. I would talk to her in my young age about things that I couldn't talk to my mother about, and I really admired her. So most of the pictures of the artists, the singers and actors and stuff that was on her wall were white. And no, I'm not racist. I'm not racist at all. My kids are biracial. They're half Puerto Rican and half black. And I'm not racist against white people or anybody any other people. I just want to put that out there to make that clear. But in my household growing up at the time, I was used to seeing if they were couples, they were black, they were same race couples. So to see her with all these people that were different race, that with white skin or light skin, was very interesting to me, I want to say. And I kind of developed an attraction for that, and I think it was more because this was a person that I admired, and my family was a real shit show, and it was something. It was something almost. It will. We'll just leave it at it was something that was different, and I admired the fact that she embraced artistry that way. And it was something that I aspired to do. And so this particular person that I'm talking about now was not that. So I developed a type, and when not initially, because initially I didn't grow up in a place where I had access to people of other colors, others like white skin tone, and so I was attracted to black men, or like people that looked more like me, guys that looked more like me. But when I right before I actually had my first boyfriend, I was attracted to Spock. If you've ever watched, if you're a Trekkie, I'm not a Trekkie per se anymore, but Star Trek, and you go back and just look it up, Dr. Spock. It's weird, I know. Um, and that was the basic feature that I went for, and I loved Prince. I love Prince. Okay, so if you go back and you put Prince and you put Spock together and you mix up that skin tone, you can imagine what my type is. Anyway, woo! um, and so my first boyfriend actually, without giving too much detail about him, was black, and so obviously he wasn't that exotic look that I put together as something that I wanted. And he's not ugly, nor was he ever ugly either, but I wasn't attracted to him when I first like noticed him. We had like some classes together at that time, and this was a long time ago. I'm dating myself, but anyhow, um, he was really sweet, and his personality like really was able to shine through. Um, I won't get into it in this video, the things that I still remember today that he did, but I felt like even if he was only physically attracted to me, I don't know. Um, I didn't feel that way. And he did not have the game to make it not feel that way. Like some people are very like meticulous, like they know what they're doing and they really go at what they're doing and it's specific and they're doing it for a reason. And I don't think it was like that at all. But I really fell in love with him as a person. The only thing, there was a lot of things going on with me at that time. It's a bunch of insecurities and stuff, and anyway, the point is addressing my friend's comment that it is possible to become attracted to someone when you're not attracted to them when you first meet them. And like I did mention in a video before, I think I did, was you have to be able to spend that time with them and get to know them and and build a connection in order to in order for attraction to build. And so if that is the situation, like let's say again, like I'm working with someone or whatnot, or I'm in a situation where I'm going to get to know them and we get the attraction builds, that's fine. But I don't want to go at it like, okay, I met you, say like this is a blind date. Let's just say, for instance, I set you up, you're together, and there's no spark, there's nothing. There's not like if we don't just continue as friends, there's nothing that I can do about that because it's not fair. I just don't think it's fair. I wouldn't want that to be done to me. Whereas you really are into somebody and they're just like pushing you away because it's just not there. It's not. Um, and so and yeah. So back to my book. I'm trying to keep on time here. Again, I'm going to be reviewing this book. I'm probably going to add things. I went on a trip recently, and I'll talk about that. And I'll add this little video with these encouraging words that I posted up there. But basically, I'm going to be for right now reviewing this book. And I did look at the video, and I see that it looks backwards for me right now, but you guys see it straight up. When you're dating, you want to find your intention. What is your intention? This is a hell of a good book, so I would suggest that you get this book if you can. Again, it's a workbook by Case Kenny, and it's called "Single is Your Superpower." Because I always used to feel like well, right now I'm 46, but I always used to feel like building up to this age, why am I still single? And I've had relationships over the years, but I'm gonna be really transparent. I've never had a real long term committed relationship with anyone up to this point. I've had committed relationships where it lasted for short term. But when I say long term, I mean like 3 years and up. 3 years and up. Um, 'Cause 2 years I feel is still like play. You kind of just figuring people out. You kind of um, becoming getting to the point where you can really be your real self. And I mean that may not be true for everybody. I'm not boxing anybody in, but I'm just saying in general. Um, so going past that, there was a relationship that I was in, and it was like on and off again. We'd break up for a little while and get back together, and that lasted from the time I want to say that I was 17 to the time I was about 31 in between, and that was just like horrible. I wouldn't recommend that to anybody at all. I'm approaching 10 minutes and some seconds here. But in the last video, I was saying something about being radically honest, and it was something that I saw that I wanted to being radically honest about what you want and not being afraid to ask this dude, where are we going? What is this? What are we doing? Do you even plan on being in a relationship with me? Because again, that 3 year thing that I had that I thought was a relationship, girl, I kind of knew. I just didn't want to ask the questions, and I went into it. So it was basically what we want to call a situationship. I do not want to do that anymore. Unless you want to do that and you go into it and you're like, this is what I want to do, and keeping those intentions clear. And like me, my feelings change from day to day sometimes. And so you may go in with one intention and your intentions or your feelings change. And if that happens, you got to be brave enough to actually say, I want something else. And know that if this person is telling you I'm not ready for a relationship, my dude, listen to this dude. If he's saying I'm not ready, regardless of what he's doing, because again, this is for everybody. I'm not like boxing it in, but I'm just saying, if a person is telling you I'm not ready, I'm not looking for a relationship, believe what they're saying, right? Even if they're doing a whole bunch of ish that's gonna make it look like it's something else, they'll make you look like it's gonna make you feel like it's a relationship. They're gonna do say whatever the hell they gotta say to get what it is that they want to get and to have that comfortable feeling, because the bottom line is everybody wants to feel like they're in a relationship. You don't want to be like, we're in a situationship, so I'm not gonna hold your hand, I'm not gonna hug you. Everybody wants, I'm not boxing everybody in, but I'm saying everybody. Everybody wants in that type of situation to have that comfort and that feel of being in a relationship. Everything that comes along with it. That's why, they have this saying that says, don't, how does it go? Don't give him, um, basically, don't give I'm paraphrasing and I'm doing a bad job right now. Don't give him girlfriend privileges when he's not your boyfriend. And that sounds weird, girlfriend, boyfriend, but you know what I mean. You get the gist. And I know back in the day they used to say, why would I buy the cow when I can get the milk for free? So if you're giving this person all these privileges, so then when they give you this title, right? And it's a shame to say that they give you this title. That's some bull crap. But anyway, when the title comes along, you get the title when you can walk around saying or claiming each other. And that sounds really rude, but if you're my age and up, you understand what I mean. um it's like, what's the difference? I was about to say, some people, I've known people who were together for almost 20 years before they got married. And one or the other might have said, why should we get married? We live together, we have kids together, we're doing everything, so what is the difference? I mean, like, I feel like if something is important to my partner and it's not important to me, that's like, okay, let me go one thought at a time. If something is important to my partner and it's not important to me, I don't see it as a big deal. Then what's the big deal of doing the thing to please my partner? It's like, some people will, for me, cheating is a deal breaker. You can't have sex with somebody and say, I was horny, I just had sex with them, and I love you. For me, that's a no go. That's a lot. That's a loaded statement right there. But a lot of people will say, she don't mean nothing to me or he doesn't mean anything to me. It's just sex. Because as we all know, guys and some girls, but guys in general, because I'm talking about, because I'm straight, guys can have sex and it means absolutely nothing. There's no real life emotions attached to it. But my dude, you're gonna ruin a relationship and hurt me and scar our relationship for possibly life for something that didn't mean anything to you. My dude, that means I don't mean anything to you. I'm at 15, 18, 15, 19, and I'm gonna cut this video right here. I didn't get to the part here, but that was too interesting for me. Thank you for listening, my lovelies. Like, subscribe, share this video. Tell me what you think in the comments. And for my friends that are not going to tell me what you think in the comments, tell me what you think and I'll address it on the channel. I hope this is helpful to somebody. Tell me what you think. What's your opinion? What you got for me? Let's learn from each other. Love, peace, and hair grease.